Hello again, fellow podcaster, and welcome back to Pod Theory. I am your host, Jason Cercone, and today I'm here with a very important message. Don't expect results without putting in the work. I feel a rant coming on. One of the biggest issues I have with the internet, and I'm sure you feel the same way too, is that it has a very cunning way of tricking us and making us believe that success is instant. And maybe it's wrong to blame the internet completely. The internet is just the vehicle. The drivers of this vehicle are us as users, and we're the ones putting a lot of this content out there for others to consume. Now, this is not to say that there isn't some valuable content out there, but these networks that we frequent on a daily basis are filled with a lot of stuff that can make us believe that positive results will just flow without any effort. Pretty much any time we log onto Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, we stumble upon some kind of success story that's feeding us bullshit about how easy it was to make all kinds of money and get all these followers and on and on and on. Granted, some of these stories are real, but if any of these stories tell you it's easy, they're lying. What they're not telling you, because it's not nearly as grabby, is all of the work it took to get to that point. Or all of the failures that happened along the way, the constant rejection, the feelings of being stuck with no clarity on how to get beyond a certain point. This applies to podcasting as much as anything else. Unless you're coming to the table with a well-established audience that was built through other outlets, your podcast isn't going to be an instant hit. It just isn't. You have to build upon it day over day, week over week, and month over month to build your audience, to build your content, and to build your credibility. Let me simplify it for you. Nothing good comes from shortcuts. Nothing good comes from taking the path of least resistance. And winning doesn't feel nearly as good if you didn't put in the work for the result. Let me give you an example. As we sit and speak right now, I am neck deep in busting my ass to meet a goal that I set at the turn of the new year. And that goal is to lose 75 pounds. Quite frankly, I hate what I've done to myself, and I was sick and tired of feeling like shit all the time. What makes me more angry is that I've already accomplished this goal once in my life. Several years ago, I was in the same position I am right now. I worked my ass off and I hit the mark. And I felt great. And I swore to myself that I'd never let myself backslide and get back to that horrible point. Yet, here I am. Why? Because I was lacking the one critical element, honestly, the most critical element that I needed to keep myself healthy and at a good weight for my size. And that's the mindset. Weight loss is mostly mental, believe it or not. Just like everything else, your mind can play terrible tricks on you if you let negativity seep in and take control. You step on the scale and don't see any progress. Well, hell, this isn't working, I'm done. Ever say that to yourself? You wake up in the morning and your mind tells you it's cold outside and you can just go to the gym tomorrow. Game over when that happens. Because tomorrow you'll say the same thing. If you don't have the right mindset to truly attack what you want, whether it be to lose 75 pounds, to build a kick-ass podcast that elevates your brand, to get the girl or the guy you want, to start your own business, whatever goal you have in front of you, you'll be set up for failure before you even press start if you don't go into it with the right frame of mind. If you listen to Gary Vaynerchuk closely, one of the biggest problems he sees with people of all ages getting what they want is they aren't patient enough to make it happen. Results don't come fast enough, so they move on to something else. Then repeat when those results don't come. No one enjoys the journey anymore. They just want to reach the destination. No one wants to play the game and experience all the knocks that happen while it's happening. They just want the score at the end. If everything in life was like that, life would suck. Imagine getting to the golf course and the only shot you get to take is the final putt on the 18th green. Or sitting down to watch a football game and only getting to see the final touchdown. Or picking up a great book and only getting to read the final page. Life is better when you gain the experiences that come with it. And you only gain the experiences when you're willing to put in the hard work. To put this in terms of podcasting, if you've looked at your numbers and aren't happy with your progress, this isn't the time to fold. I challenge you right now to double down and put more effort forward. If you're running out of content ideas for upcoming shows, I challenge you to take some time to determine what you can do to keep things moving in a positive direction. Look at your most successful episodes. How can you create similar content to those? Ask your audience, what would you guys like to hear? If you feel like you don't have enough time to produce your show, step back for a second and realize one thing. You're dead wrong. It's not that you don't have enough time, it's that you're not managing the time you do have effectively, and you're not making your podcast a top priority for your brand. That's exactly what you need to do. You need to look at it as an entity that has to succeed and cannot fail. Become obsessed with making your show blow up. Be willing to put in the work. That's the only way all of this comes together. We work and we keep working, and we don't let that work intimidate us. We work until our goals are met, and then we move the goalpost and work even harder. As I come to you today, I'm proud to say I'm down 15 pounds, maybe more, who knows. I'm only allowing myself one weigh in a month because I refuse to let that number that I see change my mindset. I'm ready to put in the work and take every blow it has for me, because I'm not here for the highlights. I'm here for the whole damn game. And you should be too. And that's a wrap on episode 85 of Pod Theory. Before we go, I'd like to read a review that was left on Apple Podcasts for the show. This one comes from Marcy27, and Marcy says, "This podcast is a great resource for all things podcast creators like me need to know. I highly recommend it." And there we go. Quick and to the point. Thank you for the very kind words, Marcy. If you haven't left a review for Pod Theory yet, what are you waiting for? Marcy has just proven how easy it is. Just head over to Apple Podcasts, click the Write a Review link, and work your magic. And while you're there, don't forget to click 5 stars too. Good talk. I'll see you back here next time. This has been Jason Cercone on Pod Theory.